A while back, I did a video talking about 6 fish that I thought were underrated in the aquarium hobby. Today I wanted to take a different spin on that video, talk about some underrated live bears that I also think should be more popular. So let's head into the fish barn and take a look at some live bears that I think we should see more often. Before we start, let's talk for a moment about how I decided to choose the fish for this list. Since we're talking about the more mainstream aquarium hobby and not hardcore aquarists, this list is primarily based on appearance. I was really looking for fish that would catch your eye in your local aquarium shop. The Girardinus Metallicus, or metallic live bearer, is a great fish that we should see more often in the hobby. This fish has a beautiful yellow body, and the males have a black stripe on their belly and gonopodium that really stands out. Care requirements for these fish are same as your guppies and endlers, with tropical temperatures and harder water. These fish are live bearers, and like guppies and endlers, produce fry about every 30 days or so. In my experience, I've not seen any aggression with these fish, and I don't see them being a problem in your community aquarium. With their neat yellow and black coloration, their great personality, and their ease of keeping and breeding, this is definitely a fish that we should see more of in the hobby. The Limia Melanogaster is another awesome looking fish that I think we should see more often in the hobby. What I like about this fish are its sheens. Both the females and males will both glisten when swimming around the aquarium. The males have a silver body with a yellow and black tail, but I really like the females, especially when they're gravid. Along with their beautiful sheen, the females appear to be striped with their big black gravid spot that really stands out. These fish have the same care requirements as your Girardinus Metallicus that we spoke of earlier, and will produce fry readily. One thing that I have found with Limia is that they don't do well when the temperatures get too cold, so I'd always suggest that you have them in a heated aquarium. I currently keep mine with a wild type platy and have not seen any issues with aggression. Like I've said before, I really like the sheens on this fish. That, along with the fact that the males and females both stand out, really makes this fish a great candidate to be more popular in the aquarium hobby. Let's talk about another great fish that I would like to see more in the hobby, and that's the Tequila Goodeid. While it may be argued that the body of this fish is rather bland, what makes this fish stand out is the bright orange tails on the males. While these fish are very hardy, there are a couple of things you need to keep in mind when dealing with Goodeids. First of all, they do require cooler water than your typical tropical species, liking water about 72 degrees or so. If the water gets too warm, they generally start to fall apart and generally won't survive. You also want to keep in mind that these fish can be a little bit more aggressive and might not be the best for your community aquarium. While they are still live bearers, they do reproduce a little bit differently, having a 60-day gestation period and producing fewer but larger fry. With all that being said, I still think the Tequila Goodeid makes a great fish for someone looking for a species-only planted tank. The Xenotoca Doadroi is another colorful Goodeid species that I think we should see more of in the hobby. The males have an orange and blue sheen on a bronze body that really rivals any fish in the hobby. I will have to admit that the females are a bit more drab with just a bronze body color. The care and breeding requirements for this fish are the same as the Tequila Goodeid that we spoke of earlier, and I would generally keep this fish to a species-only tank as well. I don't think there's really much of an argument that the Xenotoca Doadroi would turn heads in any local fish store. The Limia Islai is another one of my favorite Limia species that we should see more of in the hobby. If you like tiger barbs, then this fish is for you, having a bronze body with black striping, which is present in both males and females. Like the Limia Melanogaster that we spoke of earlier, these fish are hardy and easy to breed. This species is probably one of the most prolific in my fish room, having produced dozens of generations of fry. Unlike the tiger barbs we mentioned earlier, these fish are model tank mates and would make great community fish. I really do think with this tiger stripe pattern, hardiness, and ease of breeding, you could easily sell this fish as a tiger barb replacement. I hope that you enjoyed looking at some of the live bearer species that I think should be more popular in the hobby. There were definitely some hard choices to make between some of the Goodeid species, as well as some of the wild swordtail and platy species. If you have a fish that you think should be included on the list, be sure to include those in the comments. I'm curious what you guys think. So with that being said, stay safe, stay fishy, and I'll catch you on the next video.